Doug, good morning. It's nice to see you again. Has this ever been done in modern presidential history? I mean, I've seen presidents walk out with binders if they are talking about a very specific, exotic, detailed topic. But yesterday, Joe Biden couldn't get through his introduction without referring to his notes.
Well, yes, we've had moments that have been very, very scripted, not quite to this degree for the presidency. I remember Eisenhower would sometimes bumble around, and he's a lot younger than Joe Biden.
Right.
But his press secretary, Haggerty, once pulled aside a reporter and said, the president does not necessarily speak for this administration. So there have been past moments where they've tried to handle something like this, but nothing exactly like this. He will be 82 when he says he's going to run for re-election. That's the age of Fidel Castro when he died. That's the age.
Doug, he is the oldest, besides the Queen of England, who's really just, she doesn't have power. At least the Prime Minister has the power. He's the oldest world leader right now. Let me play you a soundbite from him losing his train of thought, Kelly. Then we'll get some reaction. Take a look at this.
I'm going to say something outrageous. I have never been particularly poor at calculating how to get things done in the United States Senate. So the best way to get something done, if it holds near and dear to you that you like to be able to, anyway, we're going to get a lot done.
You know what? Not even trying to be cruel in any way, but my grandfather would have the same issue occasionally. We all have the same issue. You lose your train of thought, but you hope that this is not the person that is in charge of our nuclear weapons.
Yeah, no, it was really hard to watch. And I mean, I wrote a piece yesterday that was elder abuse. After the news conference ended, the White House called a lid. So that was the end of Joe Biden's day. That was seemingly all he could handle. And what does that say to our foreign adversaries? Hey, get up to business around 7 o'clock because you have 18 hours while the president is sleeping to be nefarious. Listen, it was a hard thing to watch yesterday, especially when contrasted to the Trump years, where everything was so adversarial, where you had reporters shouting over one another, where you had reporters trying to grab the mic from White House staff so they could stand their ground.
Exactly.
This was nothing like this, and I feel like the American public lost out.
Fred, as far as foreign policy goes, I was concerned yesterday. He said that North Korea is our biggest adversary. Donald Trump, let's just say, he opened the door to North Korea. He met Kim Jong-un. That was groundbreaking. It seemed like the relationship was getting at least better from where Obama left us in 2016. How is China not our biggest adversary after what's happened on multiple fronts, including the origins of the coronavirus, which they have not been held accountable for?
Well, in Biden's new national security strategy, China is number 8, the number 8 threat, which I think is incredible. Clearly, China is the biggest threat to our country. But I might add that in North Korea, which recently fired missiles into the Sea of Japan, Biden said that, well, they will face responses. I'm sorry, I don't know what that means. That's not going to frighten them. Remember, Donald Trump said North Korea will face fire and fury like the world has never seen. That's the kind of decisive leadership that keeps dictatorships on their toes. They did not feel that way after Biden's press conference.
It's a great point. And you know what happened over the last 4 years? Nobody messed with us. All right, nobody messed with us at all. It was challenging to watch this yesterday, panel. Thank you so much for being with us this morning. Great information as always. Kelly Sadler, Fred Fleitz, Doug Weed, good to see you, sir. Look forward to having you back on soon.
And Doug Weed, your excellent service in government at the White House and in the private sector.
I think it'll depend a lot on the president. And I went into the Oval Office and Barbara was there. Jared Kushner said to me, and I've seen that all through history, they want cheap labor.
And I mean really behind the scenes, but he is respected by everybody. So he had access to everybody.